So this is the second in a multi-part series of videos I'm calling Build My Digital Business. So just kind of a brief history of how I got here. So a little backstory about me is in 2006, I left a full-time marketing position at a leading publisher in its market to kind of go it alone and start my own business. So I started a storefront sign company, and I loved being a business owner and creating attractive signs and helping business owners to stand out from the crowd. It was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of hard work. So when the market crashed in 2008, I lost nearly every real estate and construction client that I had, which was the majority of my business book. And that included a lot of people that owed us money. So there's a lot to unpack on the story, and I can go further into it. But the bottom line is, I sold the business assets to another company and ended up going bankrupt in 2010, losing just about everything, including our home, to foreclosure. So thankfully, God provided us. My wife was still working as a teacher, and God bless her, she's still doing it. And we have a family who supported us. Unfortunately, I couldn't collect unemployment because as a business owner, I didn't pay into unemployment for myself. So I went into consulting right away. Had to pivot, stay alive. It's something I did part-time after my MBA in 2005 until I started this full-time sign company. And certainly it was something that I did as the sales process inside of my sign company, But here's what happened. I actually built my own website after hiring two other agencies to build the website for me for my sign company. When I built my own site, I was getting found. And, I had an idea of what the website needed because I did a lot of research and I talked to a lot of people, and I learned why the websites built by other people were not working. So eventually I really started to use that first website was actually built HTML from the ground up, But shortly after that is when I learned how to use WordPress and started building websites and training people how to maintain them. And that's what I've been doing for companies since 2010 or so, either as a consultant or as a marketing director. So today's video is really going to be about creating a mission, vision, and a simple business plan. And when I say simple, I am not going to go into all the pro formas and everything that I have done for my capstone MBA, for some clients, help them write more comprehensive plans, and actually wrote my own plan for my to secure an SBA loan for my sign company. So I'm not going to get that far into this. I will say that the old adage of failing to plan is planning to fail, that rings true to me, right? It really that makes a lot of sense. I see a lot of people, myself included, go into things without any kind of plan, and that just doesn't really work out for anybody. So when I work with companies, I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know why they're in business, what they do, what value they bring to their customers. And in my experience, a lot of those answers are not readily available. They just have I sell this widget, or I, provide this service or whatever, and there's not really, a plan for going after what they're doing. Things just kind of happen for them, which is great in a way. Luck favors them, but outside of that, there's not a lot of substance there, to plan for your growth, right? So this video, I just want to talk about defining your vision, your mission, and for planning for and kind of planning for all that. So with just about any project, you need to assess where you are right now, right? Project out to what you want in the end, and then build the steps you need to take to get to that final vision. right? So during my time as a business owner, I've worked with several different coaches. One tool that I found very helpful from one of those coaches is a business plan document, which helped me to visualize what I'm building. And it's not a substitute for that full page, pro forma business plan. But it does serve as a guide to help you get in your head the essentials that you need for business. Ironically, after I wrote this, I belong to the American Marketing Association, and they actually sent me a document offering a I believe it was a free copy of this. I haven't gotten it yet, but the one-page business plan. That's what we're going to be using. So it's a one-page business plan. It's a really great product, and there's a series of books about it. And I'm not selling you this. I'm not affiliated with them. I'm using the term loosely because I'm hardly even using their real formula, but I do want to give them credit that the idea is certainly there from them, and I use it myself for projects or operations, or helping companies to plan, especially short-term goals, right? So and it's better than nothing. It's raw, it's starting out, and that's okay. You can adjust as you move forward and get something more meaty, but this puts something in front of you you can look at every day and go, am I on track? Right. So you can use some of the elements here to help steer your branding, your website content, your marketing operations as you progress through the rest of this video series. So in this one-page plan, you want to include the following. A vision, right? That's the destination. That's where you want to be. That's where you want your business to be in a perfect world. And oftentimes, people define the tagline of the company, based on this vision, right? You want to go. The second step is your mission, right? This defines what you're all about. Why are you here? It's kind of the why. There's a good book that there's a book and even a course online. Starting with Why, I think, is the name of the book, and it really talks about something called the Golden Circle. Where you start with your why, you talk about how, and then you talk about the what. I'm not going to get into that right now, but this mission is really more about the why. Like what makes you, why are you here? What's the big thing, right? Like the core of what your company is all about. The next part after that is the objectives, right? So in order to be aligned with the mission and to achieve that vision, what are these objectives that you need to do? So those are the SMART goals, right? These are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-constrained goals. There'll be the outcomes of the strategies you'll employ on your vision, which is exactly the next step here. So the fourth part of this is strategy. So these are the big actions that you're going to take to get from where you are now to achieve those goals, right? So you want to come up with a good, maybe 4, 5, 6 strategies, broad stroke, big actions that you're going to take to meet those, 2, 3, or 4 objectives, right? And then there's the tactics, right? So tactics are, breaking down those granular things that you're going to do to achieve that you're going to do inside of those strategies, right? So what we're doing is we're taking the big picture, right, and we're breaking it down into these more manageable packages of work, if that makes any sense. So the whole thing here is to, again, it's like, take the whole enchilada and break it down into bite-sized pieces, right? So that's all for now. I will see you in my next video. Thanks.